Okay, that's actually got some decent lighting. Also lighting, maybe. Alright, let's see. Get the key out. Then we'll get to what we're working on in this video. Still getting my tools ready. That light that you saw me moving around back and forth, we got a light up there. I was going to do this without the light, but then I got thinking, well, this ain't really going to work without that. Alright. So, with that said, got the air compressor filled up with air. Air hose don't really it's really not flexible when there's air in the line and it's all wrapped up. I'm getting this in a good area here. This is the project that we're working on this week. We need air. I thought about doing this at the shop, but I don't want to disturb them. We got my air. We need a good Phillips screwdriver. Oh, I guess they don't really need it. Oh, okay. Probably use that. Really don't need a straight slot, and I actually got one. My good, another straight slot. Really don't need one. Ah, there's my good one. Alright. We got that. We're going to be rebuilding this. This is the carburetor and gas tank that was off at the weed eater, green weed eater that was at the shop. I was going to wait until I got some more brake clean, but then again, I don't want to keep using their brake clean. I don't think Sean would, my friend Sean, which is the manager, would mind, but then and again, I don't want, no. So we're going to just use it, gasoline. Now I just think what I need is in here, I think. Oh, there's one. Well, that's the one that I usually use for oil, but generally, I already took this apart. I've already talked about this and tried to film this twice before this video. We had the cabinet behind me. It fell, so now it's mounted over there. We did a remounting video of that, so I want to watch that. And, but when I was going to do the video without any of these tools, and it turned out that this thing needs a little bit more cleaning than, I was expecting. So we'll go ahead and take the screen off and spring and put that somewhere. I've already rebuilt two. The one that's on Weed Eater now, we rebuilt that a couple weeks ago. I didn't do a video of it because I was still learning, trying to figure it out. This one got rebuilt. It's not perfect. I got to order some new primer bulbs. And then the spare motor that is under there, I just took its carburetor and gas tank, separated it. Since the gas tank is white, I painted it white for a white engine, which never got used, apparently. So, we still need to test it. I'm using the Murray as a testing video, or testing mower to test them. That way I know that it's good to go. So, I haven't tested this yet, and I haven't tested this yet. So, we're going to be doing probably 3 separate videos on testing them. This will probably be the first one I test out of the bunch. This one I didn't do on video. The main issue it's got is the primer bulb is a bit weak. So, yes, let's get started. That's what I'm going to do first. Get my syringe. Get all this wet. Wish I would have thought of this before. Alright, so take this outside. Wish I had some, get some eye protection for in here. That's the one thing I don't have. I don't have eye protection. I don't have no eye protection. I usually don't use it, but now I'm getting older, so we'll take that over yonder. Well, apparently that worked. Place working. That'll work. Apparently they cleaned out all the gunk that was inside that one part. This is the reason why I stopped the video the last time I did it. Well, I started one on this. Just because this area where my finger's in was all full of gunk and stuff. It's all cleaned out now. We'll get another rag here. And clean up the area. So, on Amazon, you can get a 10-pack of new gaskets and the diaphragms for these. I don't know how the quality is. Or you could spend $11, go to Ace Hardware and actually buy the Briggs and Stratton kit, which comes with the spring and the screen. But I got thinking, well, the screens, I haven't had none of these I've taken apart had a bag screen on, so I got 2 spares. Go in here and yeah, there's junk in there. I forgot my I have about this long thing about the push button on it that I could actually grab like a rag and actually stick that in there and I could, like, work it in there. But there is junk, there's stuff floaties floating in there. This is the carburetor and gas tank, I think. I'm pretty sure this was the one that was on the Murray motor when I brought it home. Because the one that I was going to put on it ended up going with the Toro that I built. I really regret getting rid of it. I love that. That was a good mower. Yeah, that'll work. Not trying to use all the compressed air. We started out with 150, and we're down to almost down to 100. Good thing I'm only doing one. So, we got a couple spares. And this might be a bad one. No, that's a good one. There's one floating around here. That was a weird noise. Oh, that's the blade, isn't it? Yep. That's the blade to her table saw. Which apparently one day we had to test. Alright. Let's see. Now we got to clean the carburetor. Loosen up all this dirt here. And what I'm going to do, loosen all the dirt. Alright, well, I'm about out of air. Tip: never leave your air compressor unattended. Well, don't ever leave your air compressor full of air when you're not using it. Because my little hot dog one, my original air compressor, this is the same one I've had for years, that you've seen probably in some of my videos from a long time ago. On time I did not use it, I don't know, I left it full of air for almost a month straight. When I started using it, Well, water was... I ruined the computer. Computer ended up getting full of water. I don't know if that's coming up or not. No, not. Well, I blew through everything. Need to do something with this before I knock it somewhere. I don't know. Just stick it in here. Yeah, we're done with the gas, so I can put my... oh, shoot. We're going to need more. Oh, well. The reason why I said we need more, I like to test the squeegee bulb once we get it all back on. Making sure everything is all perfect before I do it. Yeah. Put that back. Get my rag here. Alright. Now, I don't have the computer out here, which I probably should have done it. I made a Word document on how to do this, but there's just some steps I'm skipping. You always want to check this O-ring that's in there, which I know it's good because it was working. Well, actually, that may have been the problem. I just thought to check the primer. We know it's good, so I'm not messing with that. Surfaces. Now, I was told this guy, he takes a wood chisel, which I don't know where it's at the moment, and this part here, check the surfaces. To me, it looks fine. And the clean ports, we already done that. Clean or break clean. Well, gotta use what I gotta have. So, the diaphragm, it goes here on top of the tank, which that's how I have it here on the paper. And the gasket goes on the bottom of the carburetor. And those are my notes, if you want to pause it and read it. Alright. So that's my notes. We'll have to do a video on the Word document. So we'll get, what do we got? We're gonna put, when you take this apart, sometimes the screen don't want to come off. And this one I kind of had to wiggle it. Now the spring, on the other hand, if it's loose, be very careful because it will fling at you, even though I haven't had that issue yet. See, I had some spares. Get my padlock off of here. This is rather gentle, rather quick. It's good. It doesn't take much to do this. Well, and honestly, before I watched a few couple videos, they've made it a little bit more in depth. At time, I think he was almost an hour video. I think. Seeing you need to do this, and I never would have thought of that. And like I said, the big reason why I didn't do the other few carburetors, was because I never succeeded at doing it. And the last time I done it was probably, 15 years ago. And I didn't succeed at it. I failed miserably. You get the carburetor on, and it was leaking It could have been one of that this surface wasn't, Back then, I wasn't as smart as I am now. I do save these baggings. So this is here your gasket, which goes on the carburetor. What I may have done, I may have put them on backwards. But there's only one way. Come think of it, it can't be on backwards. The diaphragm only goes on one way. I'll confirm that right now. Yeah, I may have put it on. I may have accidentally, I may have been rushing it when I tried it the first few times, like 15, 20 years ago. Make sure your holes are all lined up. But all this goes on one way. Just like that. Oh, I need to get the screws ready. So, if you ever take one of these apart, and let's say you got spare tanks, you're like, well, I don't want to lose the screws. And you don't always have to put them back in the carburetor. Get a gas cap. Makes a perfect, cap for keeping that stuff organized. Let's see. Checking the list. There is something I didn't add to the list that they tell you to watch out for. Easy. That son of a biscuit. I guess what I could do, I'm going to take this all back out again. I messed it up. It got messed up. Alright, let's see. Fix the diaphragm. Line up your holes. Because you don't want one of the screws getting caught in one of the holes, especially the diaphragm. Because then you'll rip it, and then that may have been my problem too when I done it years ago. I may have not have had it lined up right. Make sure your holes are all lined up. Get each screw in their holes first. I need to borrow the light. So, well, what I like to do is I like to put the screws all in first. Make sure they're, just like sitting there. Then I know that they're all lined up. So testing this carburetor we're going to be doing in a separate video. That light's starting to flicker a little bit. Always does. That one up there was freebie. Alright. What I seen in the video, I want you to do it in a cross pattern. Like you would do like a head. Your lugs on, the wheels. Could be this light too, I'm doing it. You don't want to go like in order, like you want to go like this. So I always start with the one in the back on the left-hand side. And what I do is just I snug them. Then I come to the one in the front. I don't tighten them down tight yet. Then I'll go back to the left-hand side, the one in the middle. Then we'll go back to the right-hand side, the one that's all the way facing the wall. Granted, you have the primer bulb facing you. Then we come back to the one in the front on the left. And then now you can tighten them. Same way. That you started in. These you don't have to torque these. I didn't say in those videos that you had to torque them. I don't torque things anyways. I know I may have not done a video on it. I don't think I did. But anyways, a few years back, 6 years ago maybe, I decided, well, I need to torque the head bolts on my old generator. Because they needed it, and I borrowed a torque wrench. I did it. Broke a bolt. That was when you know what? I think I did a video. I went over to my shop on 8th Street. Go get a bolt. I seen smoke over by my aunt and uncle's house. Came back. Turns out there was a house on fire that night. I may have done a video on it. I know I did a video on one years ago over by my friend's house. Alright. Now after you get all that done, I think I'm going to start keeping the syringe in the toolbox. This is what I like to do. Wish I would have kept that gas. Just fill it up with gas, not fill it up, literally. We'll put the gas cap on. I usually do this outside, but we'll do it inside. Oh, that sprays really good. Now it's ready to be tested. I was going to clean the gas out of it, but since any floaties in there, nope, you get rid of all the floaties. The tank is perfect. And she's ready for a test. Alright, ready to be tested. It's all good to go. Let's set that, and I guess we'll put it over here for right now. Now, we'll get back to this one. I think this has floaties in the tank. No, but it's rust at the bottom. Well, because I didn't clean it like I did. I didn't really clean it all that well like I did yellow one. I mean, I'm going to be putting more gas in it now anyways, because I want to show you what I mean by the squeaky bulb on this. I guess I really didn't need that tool that I was going to use. James on YouTube. I don't know his YouTube channel, but his name is James Conwell. It starts with a C. He works on, his specialty is generators. Well, you'll see him use the tool I'm talking about, cleaning the tank. I'm hoping this might clean some of the rust up. Now I can't grab it now. Unscrew it like you're unscrewing a light bulb. Because I got to test this tank anyway. Not exactly dry, but there's no floaties in it. Then when I test them, I'll drain them, and then that'll be it. But technically, I got 3 to test. I got to get this one off of my spare motor. What I'll do is one of these rebuilt ones I'll put on here anyways, or maybe this one. All right, this video has only taken 30 minutes to do so far, so it's not like it takes. Oh, it's spraying real good now. So technically, there ain't nothing wrong with this one now. Now it's ready to be 100% tested. Let's see. This is one is built from like one other tank. The primer bulb's off of one, and then there's a check bulb in there with a spring and a little rubber thing. They're all from another one. And the reason being is I have a third carburetor and gas tank, another one, but this check bulb is missing on this side. It's rebuilt. It's got a kit in it. But unfortunately, when I went and started priming, it started squirting gas out that way. So here we go. We got that one all rebuilt, and test needs to be tested. Now we let the air out of the air compressor. Well, that's about it. That's about it with this video. I'm gonna wrap this video up because I got other things in the house that I need to do. So, thank you for watching, and leave a comment if you have one. You must still have air in there. I can always use advice on other things. Like, who's really talking over there? You might see something in the shed, be like, you know what? He might benefit from doing this instead of this, or, advice on what I'm working on to try to make my job or what I'm working on or project a little easier. Come up with thoughts of stuff like, I don't know, you might see something in the background that says, I want to see him work on that, or I want to see a video of that. Let me know. We got a Murray leaf blower that we got to get running. I'm probably going to save that and probably work on that in the spring. Probably not. The reason being is because I don't have any 2-cycle gas. That's why I have not done any 2-cycle videos, which probably will not happen. I do videos on pretty much everything I got. So, thank you for watching. If you have a comment, please leave one. Thanks for watching.